helped me experience.
Good morning, Warren County. I'm your host of the show. This is Warren First 931. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Brian Carr.
And I'm Vanessa Miller.
And we are live here at the Park Theater in downtown McMinnville. As you can see right behind us, the TC Bryant Band is getting their set up, and they're going to do like a sound check. And they're also going to be doing a live set with us at the end of the show. But again, like we said this morning on our quick little thing, you know, the biggest hot topic right now in Warren County has been Isha. What is it? You know, is it a curse? Is it a blessing? You know, is it a business? Is it a nonprofit? You know, there's a lot of these questions that have come up to rise in the past few years, I should say, since back in 2008. And, you know, just a little tidbit of what I know of Isha is back in 2008, you know, I was under the impression it was, you know, in a part of my, what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to be very transparent. You know, it's a bunch of people like that live that hippie lifestyle where they live off the land and they do the yoga. And again, this was back in 2008 and it's 2024 now. I'm awake, as I say, but you know, where they wanted to conserve the soil and, you know, preserve the land and it's all nature and things like that. And, you know, and again, too, back in 2008, I remember when the gate was wide open where it wasn't close to the community. And so, you know, I didn't feel threatened or in fear. And people in our community went up there and they did yoga and, you know, they just practiced their spiritual beliefs, which, again, that's why people come to America. Let's start with that and say this is home of the brave, land of the free, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, things like that. But the one thing as an American I don't like is when people take advantage of that. And I don't know, and this is why we, you know, when we tag team with Vanessa here on this, is we want to do a deep dive into this and figure out what is Isha? Is it a business? Is it a nonprofit? And are they doing the things right? Do they contribute to the community? That's another big question. And so I want to thank Vanessa for coming on the show with us and helping us out with this, because it is a lot for one person, but you have done a phenomenal, let me tell you, the research that Vanessa has put into this and all these things that we are about to say is factual things that you can find publicly in documents in IRS and all these things, right, Vanessa?
It is. Kelly, my biggest concern about Isha is, like you said,
Yeah.
Is it a true nonprofit or is it a for-profit business? It is our due diligence as citizens to monitor nonprofits and make sure that they're doing what they are supposed to, ultimately with the money that we donate.
Right.
Private business is for profit, and they deserve to make all the money that they want to make if they're working and paying taxes. My problem is that the facts of Isha don't seem to support the mission of a 501c3.
Right. And you know this because you help two nonprofits out yourself.
I do. I enjoy volunteering with the charities that are close to my heart.
Right.
And just personally, any charity that my husband and I decide to donate to, we use resources like candid.org, where you can take a look at that nonprofit's 990 income tax forms. You can see how much they are spending on administrative costs. You can see how much they have in the bank. And on that note, Kelly, I will just show you an example of what concerns me. In 2001, Isha's 990 reflected that they had assets in the amount of $17,724.
And this is when they started?
Yes. Okay. State of Tennessee. Okay. Yes. Today, their 2022 990 form from the IRS, and I'm happy Everything that I have
Mhm.
researched, I have taken
Yeah.
from the IRS or from Isha's website or from the State Department.
Yeah.
In 2022, they were worth $101,492,671.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like building wealth to me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of growth there.
That is a lot of growth. And being a nonprofit, you have to give a certain percentage back, correct?
And yes, the watchdog organizations that keep up with nonprofits say that 65% of your income should go to support your cause.
Yeah.
35% should be for administrative cost or possibly for saving for a rainy
Right.
day. It's not necessarily frowned upon for nonprofits to have a little money in the bank for a rainy
Right.
day, kind of like us with our emergency funds.
Right.
But to create wealth is another thing.
Yeah.
And our local businesses pay sales and use tax on the goods and services that they sell and provide.
Yeah.
Isha is avoiding paying sales and use tax by considering everything a donation.
Yeah.
So if you go up there for their big ceremony in May,
Yeah.
and you pay the $10,000 entrance fee, which
Yeah.
is on their website,
Which is a donation.
Yes.
It says you can donate $10,000.
Yes. So basically, it seems like they're using the loophole of donations to get all of their money tax free.
Yeah.
And that's how they're avoiding paying sales and use tax to our county.
Yeah.
If they had $100,000 worth of services a year and they paid sales and use tax on that to the community, that would be significant.
Yeah.
But rather than pay that, they avoid it through coding everything as donations.
I got you. And, we're going to break this down. What is a 501c3, Vanessa?
Wait.
I mean, she's done a lot of research on this, guys. I love it.
According to the IRS, a 501c3 is a part of their internal revenue code that allows for federal tax exemption of nonprofit organizations that meet the code's requirements.
Okay.
And this goes on and on. I would encourage all the citizens to just Google this, and you can read this tax code. It's in layman's terms. You don't have to be an attorney to read this. And it does go on and talk about how the organizations, and this is a direct quote, the organization's work should solely serve its charitable purpose, not aiming to benefit shareholders or influence legislation in any way.
Wow. So break that down. What does that mean?
For one, they should not be creating wealth for their board members. The IRS 990 form for Isha reflects that they have 7 members on their board, so that is their governing party.
Mm-hmm.
So they should not be using any of the funds to create wealth for themselves. They should not be trying to influence legislation in any way. That could be political contributions. That could be lobbying to have more people live here so they can influence the vote.
Okay.
That could be pretty broad on interpretation.
Yeah.
But the code clearly says that they are highly regulated entities and strict rules apply to their activities and the governance of these organizations.
And so with that said, now who governs the 501c3?
Well, in the state of Tennessee, your Secretary of State, who is Trey Hargett, and your Attorney General.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get it here.
I see it. Who can we go to, Paige?
Yes.
Yeah, number 5.
Yes.
I love this. I feel like we're in legal battle. Let's go. Let's go.
Our Attorney General actually has a wonderful link on his page, and you can go to tn.gov/Attorney General, and they actually have a whole page on nonprofits, and there's a complaint form on there that you can fill out if you have concerns. And our state attorney general and secretary of state have the power to do an audit
Okay.
And so, what I would say to Isha is if you are really following your mission and you are doing all things correctly, then hey, give us an audit, give us a forensic audit. Let us see how you're putting money back into the community.
Yeah.
For example, one of their forms does show that they spent $23,000 for a health clinic at the Harrison Ferry Mountain Fire, our volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
Well, what I would say about that, $23,000 is great, but man, when you've got
Like one.
let's see, yeah, when you've got $154 million in the bank, what's 23,000 to the local community?
Right.
And again, when they done this health clinic, that was wonderful, but they didn't open the gates of Isha and welcome the community.
Yeah.
They had it at a volunteer fire department house, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
In Warren County, we do that. We use all kinds of buildings for all kinds of things.
Right. For events.
Yes.
100%.
But normally it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
You know, today we're at the Park Theater.
Right.
You know, and the
Tomorrow I'll be at the Warren County High School
right.
and Smooth Rapids.
So, you know, but the gates of Isha aren't always open to the local community. So that arises some concern for me.
Yeah. As a citizen,
As
and
a
you know,
citizen, yes.
and if you, go ahead.
I was just going to say again, for me personally, this isn't about. I don't care if you're Hindu. I don't care if you're Muslim. That's the beauty of the United States.
Yeah.
But what I do care is if you abuse our tax system to build wealth. I love entrepreneurs. And
100%.
so if you want to be an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
go be an entrepreneur. Build a community. We have wonderful builders in this community. But don't use the tax code to omit being a part of your community.
Yeah.
You know, they're not helping us pay for roads that they use. They're not helping us fund school systems, the water department. You know, those taxes go for the infrastructure of the county.
Yeah.
And though they do pay some property tax, it's very little compared to the property that they own.
Right.
And so my question is, are all of the properties that they own being used for the mission of the 501c3?
Because this is not just in Warren County. There's 3 other counties that is involved in this. Because when you go, if you ever have been there, I think it's like almost 15, 20 miles off from the road, because it's like in the dead center of the counties that's connected, if I'm correct. Because we had the map on when we did that first newsletter article that you wrote about. And, you know, and like you said, to piggyback on this again, as an American, you know, I love people coming down here as well, being an entrepreneur and, you know, and being able to get out of a bad situation, you know, depending on where you're coming from. But at the same time, I hate just when anybody, I don't care if you're American or not, when you come here and you abuse the luxuries or what we give you and the rules. And just because, you know, you come under here under a nonprofit doesn't give you the luxury to, you know, there's all these other nonprofits that are following the rules. I just wish everybody would follow the rules. And, you know, and there's so many people. I hope that you're watching this. Please tag your friends. And like she says, go to the Attorney General's page. I think that the best thing for us to put some of our minds at ease is to contact our local officials and our state officials and, you know, anybody you think that can make a difference. You know, because like I told Vanessa, we're just a little fish in this big pond here. And, you know, there's so many in this community that we have, and Brian can double check me on this, we have at least 40,000 people that live in the Warren County area. And a little over 24,000 people are registered voters. And some of those registered voters make of the people that live in Warren County on the Isha property. And then with this new group coming in, like you said, and I'm not saying that because it's a broad thing, but there's a potentially 25,000 more people coming in to this Isha property. That's going to be more voters that's going to take over. And what I'd also like to know, because the question was brought up a couple of weeks ago, how many people from Warren County that are true McMinnville and people that live in these other counties that they're connected to, I want to know, are you transplants from like India and Canada and all these other places, or are you actually from McMinnville? Is people from McMinnville moving to this property? Because I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot.
I agree, Kelly, and I think that is somewhere where it sometimes get clouded. They come into the meetings at the county meetings and they tell us that they want to be a part of this community and they want to do things here.
Yes.
But then they have segregated themselves.
Yes.
And their taxation is, if nothing else, let's say questionable.
Yeah.
So do you really want to be a part of this community or do you want to take us over?
Yeah.
It's my understanding their goal is to build 25,000 more single family homes. Well, if 25,000 more homes houses 2 people, that's 50,000 people that would live on the mountain and control voting for Warren County.
That's right.
So I guess my question to Warren County voters is, do you want their voice to outweigh ours?
Yeah.
And are their goals the same?
Yeah.
Do we have the electricity to support that? Do we have the water?
Mm-hmm.
And it's my understanding that the water has already come under question, and we know that we don't have the means to do that. And the cost that it would put on the county to supply them without them giving us tax revenue.
Wow.
Something just seems a little out of skew there to me.
Exactly. And, and that's why when me and Brian were talking yesterday, I wish we had a whiteboard to do like a timeline of these events, because we're hearing things all the time about, like, as far as the electricity goes, like this project of these 25,000 people coming in has been 5 years old. This was started back 5 years ago, and where they were petitioning. So again, this is not something that they just thought overnight. This is like something that they have been the Isha Foundation has been working on to get a goal towards. And all this information, like we said, you can find this, but we are going to take a real quick break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about the loopholes, talk about, how Doge is involved, all those things and more. But remember, Warren County, keep it here, or I should say, keep it first.
Located at 601 Beersheba Highway, McMinnville, or give them a call at 474-1776. At Our Coffee, we pour love into every cup of coffee we serve. Welcome to Our Coffee Drive-Thru, located at 601 Beersheba Highway, McMinnville.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
When you need help with your medical needs, who are you going to call? At Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you're not just a number, you're a part of our community. When you call Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you'll get a live person to help answer your medical questions. In a hurry? Try our convenient drive-thru. Not able to get out? We offer free delivery within the city limits. Stacy specializes in Mr. Stewart's over-the-counter and prescription cough syrups. Need to transfer your prescriptions? It's no trouble to transfer to Stacy's, where people care and wellness matters. Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy is located at 485 North Chancery Street, or give them a call at 474-0600.
Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
All right, welcome back, Warren First 931ers. I'm your host of the show, Kelly.
And I'm Brian.
And I'm Vanessa.
I love it. Again, back to the radio days. I feel like we're just reuniting all over again. But with that said, currently, I forgot to mention this before we started, so I do apologize. And I want to thank Reddick Brown Ford for being our community weather sponsors. Right now, it is 53 degrees in downtown McMinnville. Today's high is another good one, 63 degrees. And tonight's low, of course, is a 32. But the rest of the weekend is sunny and cloudy in the highs of the 60s, 50s. Now, on Sunday, they are saying it's going to be in the high of 45, but I still think that's going to be really pretty with the sun out and still going on, guys. Be expecting rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week. So again, it is what it is. It happens. But real quickly, did you want to say what today was?
Well, hey, this is brought to you by Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, the day of the day, and this just happened here recently, actually just within the last hour or so. But today is get out of my way. A stupid commercial just came. There it is.
I was going to say.
But today is National Public Sleeping Day.
Oh, my God.
Kelly got me.
Yeah,
so, guys, I'm in the scrubs. I worked last night. I came straight from work, got me a Sonic burger. Shout out to Sonic.
Steve,
and then came on over here, and I need a little nap. I got here a little early. So Kelly woke me up this morning as I was sleeping in public. There in front of Tops Metro Deli. Thank you, Tops, for not calling the cops on me. I appreciate that.
I love it.
No, and thank you, Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, for sponsoring our National Day of Today. It's also National Chocolate Souffle Day, National Tooth Fairy Day, and National Floral Design Day, National Skip the Straw Day. I don't know what that is. National Rare Disease of the Day.
Okay.
Whoa. So we got a lot of things.
A lot of things happening.
A lot of things going on.
But with that said, we are here live at the Park Theater where the TC Bryant Band, they're right behind us, getting ready for a tonight of an amazing party. I said it this morning. I said it this week. If you guys want to do something fun and exciting in McMinnville, you need to come to the Park Theater tonight. You can get your tickets in advance for $10, or you can get them at the door at $15. But every time Timmy and them all get together, it is a party always. They never disappoint. They're always so fun and exciting. And but with that said, they are going to be playing an acoustic live set with us today as well at the end of the show. But getting right back in to Isha and everything it is, you know, somebody messaged earlier about it, and I want to say shout out to Lanisa. She said, "Hey, Vanessa Miller, thank you so much for bringing these items to our attention." Because, again, this takes a lot of time. She volunteered to do this. And, again, she's just like a concerned citizen like we are, like you guys are. And, you know, let's talk more about, you know, the going into the loopholes, you know, because that's one thing everybody needs to understand. Like there's rules and regulations. And we're going to beat this into you guys until you understand it. So talk about how Isha is using these tax loopholes.
Well, what it appears, and I'm by no means a forensic accountant, just a concerned citizen who loves research. But it appears that in other countries, Isha has been accused of using the tax loophole of tagging everything as a donation. Yeah. Even when they have services or sales. And it appears that that's what they're doing here. Mm-hmm. There have been multiple lawsuits filed in other states. All of this is public records. You can Google, you know, you do have to dig a little. Mm-hmm. But there have been lawsuits where they have sent people receipts for donations. And the people have said, I didn't make a donation. I paid for a yoga class. Or I didn't make a donation. I went to a retreat for the weekend. And some of the people have went as far as filing lawsuits saying that Isha misrepresented what they were offering because these people did not mean to make a donation to the Isha Foundation. They thought that they were paying for services. So I think that is one reason that there needs to be an audit of Isha. You know, the Attorney General is much more capable of looking at that and seeing if they are using that loophole. And it does appear that they are. So I would just ask that they show us they aren't. Or that our Secretary of State and Attorney General maybe do an audit and take a look at that. Yeah, I agree. And then going right into that, talk about the Doge and how they're currently reviewing. Well, you know, Doge is the sore subject or a popular subject, however you feel about it. But I believe in government efficiency. And I believe that grants are a wonderful thing. I think that we have got so accustomed to grant money supporting 501c3s in the U.S. that we're not always as diligent about looking at them.
Yeah.
And so I have reached out to Doge and asked them to take a look at Isha. In 2022, they received over $23 million in grant money.
Wow. Lucky them.
So, yeah, hey, that's
amazing.
I'd like to know your grant writer.
Yeah.
You guys are watching.
Can we borrow the grant
Yes,
writer? I mean,
yes. As we all know, there are lots of grants that are active with our city and county, and they're doing wonderful things. But it's up to citizens and the people who receive those grants to be a good steward of those grants. And so if they put 65% of that grant money to charities and programs, I would just like to know what they are. Where did it go? Because ultimately that grant money is our federal income tax dollars.
I think a very important thing to bring up is that this is not just a Warren County or Van Buren County or Sequatchie County. This is not just a regional organization. Guys, this organization is worldwide. They have properties all over the world. And so this is a much bigger part. And for me, I was taken back because all I knew about was Isha and Harrison Ferry Mountain, Highway 8, and some people doing a soil conservation effort. And that's how it got started. Then the yoga, the things like that, bringing people in. But I never looked at what they really do, what they're part of, or the bigger picture. And this guy who is the guru, he goes by Sadhguru. He's really Jagadish Vasudev of Mysore, India, and born on September 3rd, 1957. This guy has properties all over the way. And he's the top guy. He's the guy. If they said, who's in charge of this thing, all fingers would point to him.
Right.
The thing is yes, it's a board. They've got a board member stuff. But I would challenge anybody, and we'll start exposing more of this, because we're not the first. We're definitely not the first people to ever question this, because this guy has been kicked out of other places that he's had a lot of heat. The organization has had a lot of heat all over the world. Now, with saying there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of people that love this guy. Yeah. I mean, he's a wildly popular guru, and one of his things he talks about is inner healing, inner health, and enlightenment, and they're not purists when it comes to Hinduism. They follow his suggestions, but we'll be playing more stuff that he has said on live broadcasts, on live interviews about the real person behind this whole movement. I think our viewers really need to understand that this is not just a local thing where we're getting all worked up, upset because we got some more people moving in here. Guys, there are documentaries on this gentleman that span for years, and we're just now. And what's funny is no one else has really dug into this and reported to Warren County what's going on up there. Everybody says, "Oh, it's a place to go do yoga, and it's a place to go take your friends and show off." One of the
go do a retreat and get clean and pure and find your inner self. I mean, I've heard all these things, but at the same time, it's like that's just like I don't want to say it. That's just I feel like it's the cover of what it really is.
I would agree with that.
I don't know how. I apologize. I don't know how else to say it.
And it's not us saying this. This is other people.
Yeah, I'm repeating what everybody else says in our circle.
Just Google. Now, again, you'll find as much love as you find hate for this.
That's true.
We want to sift through and find the real answers. Yeah. But one of the things that we can report right now is that we're not seeing humanitarian efforts in Warren County from these churches that have budgets far smaller than these are putting out more efforts to support our community than Isha is. So unless we want to take homes, listen to me, if you want to take all your people and looking for housing, we'll just take them up to Highway 8. Yeah. See what they say. If they're really concerned about helping our community, That would be an awesome thing for them to do. I don't see that happening.
No, and I do want to make a couple of comments that people are saying on the show this morning. One, let's see, Lanisa said, or not Lisa, Megan, which was our follower, she goes, wow, they are putting nothing back to her knowledge into the community, not even paying jobs. Lanisa said you can contact Janice Boland, and she put her phone number there with the email, as well as our representative Paul Sherrill with his phone number and email. And then thank you, Lanisa and Megan. She goes, say it, girl, just say it, you know. But you know, and we're all saying it because, you know, and I have friends that go do yoga and do the retreats. I watched the episode. I want to tell everybody with Ozzy Osbourne and his son when they went to go tour Isha. I've had friends that went and toured Isha, and I've heard pros and cons. I just want to say it's both sides. This is not us trying to bash. This is just concerned citizens trying to understand and wrap our head around what Isha is and are they doing it right. And the other big thing, and I want to say this over and over and over, what are they giving back to not just the Warren County communities, the other three? It's Van Buren County. I'm trying to think of all of them off the top of my head.
Little part of Sequatchie that they.
Yeah, just little parts. And that's my thing. And I know that there's people, and if you know somebody from these other counties that want to get involved in this podcast with us, please let us know. And I also will say this on air because we are transparent. We did have somebody that we do believe was a representative or someone that goes to Isha, and we're working with them right now because they want us to come up to their property. We are not opposed to coming up there and sitting down and having them with us, but I want to say this on air right now. When we do that, I told them that I want to ask all the questions that our Warren County citizens have. And if they don't feel comfortable answering those questions, because I don't want to be like, hey, you didn't answer that. No, that is not what this show is about. I want them to know they can just say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable answering that and move on. But again, these are questions we want to know, and we are not afraid to ask them.
And we want a real representative. We want a real representative. We don't necessarily know if these people that are reaching out to us are real representatives of Isha. They're just people that have stayed there or been there. But we want to know from, I hate to say this, straight from the horse's mouth.
That's how we say it here. Yeah.
I don't know if the horse is a deity or, you know, if it's a god or goddess. I don't want to be offensive. I just want to know exactly, you know, what we're doing.
Exactly.
And the facts, the facts. Are you paying sales and use tax on the services and goods you sell that should be taxed? Are you paying property taxes on your buildings that are not used for your 501c3? You have a board of directors of 7 people. We would love to speak to somebody on your board of directors.
Yeah.
And what I would encourage local citizens to do is, not only do you want to reach out to your local representatives, remember that your local utilities also play a part in this and are elected. And Caney Fork Electric Cooperative, you need to let your representatives know that you have concerns about the growth there. Let Anthony at Warren County Utility District know that you have concerns. Mm-hmm. Those are elected boards that serve us, the people of Warren County.
Correct.
I would also encourage you to reach out to Scott Desjardins. I would encourage you to reach out to Marsha Blackburn. Mm-hmm. You can Google these people. You can call. You can send emails. Mm-hmm. I have never not gotten a response from Mr. Desjardins or Ms. Blackburn. They want to hear from you. These people work for us. Let them know what your concerns are.
Exactly. And just to continue on with the comments that we're getting, guys, right now, thanks to Deanna. She says it's beautiful up there, but they live in what they said. But if they live in the county, they need to contribute. And then Megan responded, you have to, let's see. Oh, and besides, they also said this, Steve Young, shout out to him this morning. He says, besides all the homes and the hotels they are building, there is also an 18-hole golf course. There's a lot of these things. And when I first heard about, I am not opposed with houses being built up there so people, if they want to live on the mountain. Sure. But when you go on there and I hear and I go back to 2008 where they were, wanted to conserve the soil, and that's what drew, as a nurseryman's daughter, like, oh, that's awesome, you get it. It's the nursery county of the world is what I call it here, because we have so many nurseries. That pulls at my heartstrings, like, oh, you really care about the nature and the trees and the animals. And then when I hear, like, just, recently, a couple weeks ago, about this 18-hole golf course, what does that do to conserving the soil? I have to say it like that because that's what it is. And then also going back and continuing and building and growing, we all have to say it, because reading from what the Southern Standard said and what we've seen and what we've heard, you're pretty much creating your own community, another city where you can live off the land, just like
and not pay taxes, but use the taxpayer services.
right.
And again, that's where I think a lot of the problem comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question that I would pose to the community and that I'll pose to you, Brian and Kelly. How would you feel if your church was built in an 18-hole golf course? How would you feel if Meals on Wheels built it in an 18-hole?
Why do you need an 18-hole golf course?
How would you feel if Families in Crisis was buying up property to build houses?
Relay for Life,
yes.
Home. I mean, the list. McMinnville Special Games.
Yes.
I mean, the list goes on.
Just ask yourself those questions.
Yes.
For example, when I started looking into this, someone very dear to me said, how would you feel if this were your church?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I would be outraged
Mm-hmm.
if I were a part of a church and we had this kind of money, or if I were a part of any nonprofit with that kind of money that wasn't returning more of it to the
counties. Yes, to the charities that are around here. I 100% agree. Megan said again, you have to dig, but there are also reports online that they actually made people sicker who have went for healing.
Well,
but again, that's hearsay from
that's one of the things that they practice, or they allege that they practice, is inner healing. That's one of the things that they try to teach you in your path to enlightenment.
Yeah.
And so this, from a hard numbers count, Warren County's got over 42,000 people in it. Now, in the state of Tennessee, if we got 42,000 people in our county, that ranks us at, we're the 38th largest county, by population size. Now, you add 20,000 more people to just 20,000 more, and we're up to Cumberland County, Tipton County, so the size of Crossville and Cumberland County, and so that's a dramatic jump. I mean, that's nearly doubling in size right there, and so it would put us up into almost the top 20 counties in the state of Tennessee. So, and then again, along with that comes with a lot of new politics, in the sense that you're going to have realignments in congressional districts, and listen, you get 20,000 people voting one way, you can have whatever county commissioner you want in this county. You can have whatever board member that you want. Thank God you only have 2 commissioners per district.
Right.
But still, what if they spread out?
Right.
What if they come into the city and take over the voting block in the city?
Right.
Which, if they want to, they got the funds to do it. I mean,
So just to piggyback on what Vanessa was saying over there, Doug, I'm sorry, Doug, the audio will be bad a little bit because I have to keep going back and forth. They're playing music behind me now. But Megan said they have a PR department that erases negative reviews online. Also, Lanisa said, yes, Vanessa, these people like the senators, the reps, the Caney Fork Board, etc., work to represent us, we the people. And then she also commented, Lanisa said, if a Christian community were to take on such a development, it would be considered a compound. It would be all over the news, and it would be called a cult. Just saying. And that is from Lanisa.
Absolutely, Vanessa. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
So I think we have got to quit being passive about this issue. You know, guys, this right here is their current financial support or financial report for 2023. Isha turned this in. Their total asset is $154,054,869.
Wow.
$154 million, guys. We have to recognize the power that gives them.
And unfortunately, it's sad to say it, but with a lot of money comes power.
And a lot of that money has come from our grants.
Yes, from our taxpayer dollars to help people out.
And look, guys, that's just what they're claiming. So, and we don't have receipts on any of these things, so we don't exactly know what all. And again, this is worldwide. So whatever they're claiming here in the United States, if they can move things, jets, you know, the sad guru's got to fly some way. You know, you can't just telebeam or transport or anything.
I wish we could. That'd be so fun. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be kind of fun.
Guru, I mean,
do you really have to have a private jet, and how green is that? I mean, that question arises a lot with our stars and some of our elected officials.
Piggybacking on that, when everybody was talking about how Taylor Swift was talking about going green and this and that, and she was using jets to go back and forth to see her boyfriend play football. I'm just saying, and she got a lot of backlash. And why didn't people like Sadhguru get bad backlash or things like that? Why? I mean, I just think if you're going to point the finger at others, you got to point them at what everybody else is doing. Doesn't make them any different. I'm just saying. But we're going to take a quick break again, right quick. And then we're going to just end it with, how you guys can help us continue on this journey with us of enlightenment. I'm going to say it that way. But we are going to take a quick break and keep it here, because coming up, we're also going to have an acoustic set done by the TC Bryant Band.
Yes, I'm going to give people a little heads up. If you want enlightenment, pray.
Yeah.
Just pray.
Just pray. All right, guys. Keep it here at Warren First 931.
Start getting bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Community Network Productions takes you inside each community with local interest stories, local music artists, and information.
With each show, the focus is the people and our beautiful community. With our creative team, we customize unique show ideas with our friends in the community. Our focus is you.
See each of our shows on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and at our website at www.communitytvtn.com.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
All right. As I say, we are back live at the Park Theater And again, I want to say thanks to everyone that has been chiming in and messaging us and all that great stuff. But with that said, again, as we're wrapping it up here, because coming up next to end our show, I wanted to end on a high note with my boys, my friends from the TC Bryant Band. As you can hear them back there getting all ready. But again, just like we said this since the beginning of Warren First 931, this is not my show. This is the Warren County show. This is the community. It's your guys' show. The only reason we are talking about stuff like Isha and the TC Bryant Band and things like that is because you guys tell me, or you tell Brian, or I run into Vanessa and I'm like, hey, Vanessa, have you heard? Like, these are subjects that are going on in your community that are either concerns of us or blessings to us, or, just what's the hot topic with us of the week. So, again, this is your platform. This is your voice, right?
Well, we got to let people know. I mean, tag your friends, tag people, let them know what's really going on. And guys, do your research. Get online. Look up Side Guru. You're going to see mixed reviews, but I'm going to tell you, something just doesn't add up, especially here in Warren County. When we're talking about adding all these different housing units with changing the population dynamics. I mean, again, I bring it back to the churches here in Warren County. We've got churches with far smaller budgets that are doing way more. And you look at companies like Bridgestone, their corporate giving, what they give back to our community. We've got so many just with like little mom and pops here in this. They're the backbone of our giving.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about somebody who demands, and that's what they do, they're demanding that the county put up so much money through the water department, through
the utilities.
Yeah. Then you're looking at police services. Basically, you're building the town of McMinnville on Harrison Ferry Mountain. About maybe not as far as size-wise, but as far as population-wise. And it needs services. It needs police services. It needs EMTs and fire department. That stuff costs money. And unless they're throwing a Bonnaroo up there where they're putting money back in, can't say that it should be all on us to fund their growth. They should pay something too.
And speaking of Bonnaroo, a lot of people don't probably realize this, which again, this is all public knowledge. Bonnaroo donates the profits that what they get, a percentage of profits, to the Coffee County schools, where nobody in the Coffee County public schools has to buy school supplies. You can look that up. And I say this because if other people were contributing like you're supposed to, think of how the world could be. If you're preaching love and happiness and peace, where's it at? Do it. Teach what you preach.
Yeah,
that's what I want to say.
Teach what you preach. Get rid of the hypocrisy. And fellow Warren Countyans, I'm begging you, use your voice. Use your voice. We Google and we TikTok and we Instagram. Use your voice and do a little research and help protect the sanctity of 501c3s.
Yeah.
Because 501c3s are a blessing in the United States and across the world. And when one bad apple abuses those powers, it makes it much harder for all the other good organizations.
Exactly.
So let's speak out. Let's let them know. We want to know. What are you really doing up there, Isha?
Yeah, exactly, guys. Like, what are you doing up there? And if it is all good, please clarify what you're doing and show us the proof.
Yes.
I feel like if anybody, I hate to bring it back to this, but the Real Housewives, where Sutton says, show me. Show me. And she just sits there and tells this girl, well, show me the proof. Show me. So I feel like that's where we're at now, where, if seeing is believing, show me. That's all I ask. But again, I want to thank Vanessa for coming on the show with us. This is just a part one of, talking about Isha, figuring out, breaking everything down to where it is. And like everybody's told, and I'm going to say it again, all these research, we're going to scan this and we're going to put all this information that we talked about today on the show on our social medias, on our Facebook stuff and everything. So if you're not following us on Facebook, Instagram, our 2X accounts, please start following us. It's real easy. We got the links right there on the screen. But again, if there's any questions that we may not have answered today, that you're like, I'm wondering, does this happen? Does that happen? Or if you're out there and you go to Isha and you want to give us your take on it, whether it's a representative or not, I want to hear how. I only got maybe 5 people that I know that go up there, and they go up there to do yoga, and then when they do the retreats, and that's just here in this town, and then they take their friends some of the time up there. I know that you can go up to Isha and schedule go to the website and schedule a visit. I know you can do stuff like that. But again, you owe it to yourself, just like when we do election coverage and things like that. You owe it to yourself where your taxpayer dollars go, and you have to do the research. But if you're lazy like me when I was a kid, like 10 years ago, we will do the work for you. You just got to ask us. And if you're afraid to ask those questions, you got 3 people here that will be your voice. And we just want what's best for everybody, not just the Warren County community, not just for Van Buren and Sequatchie and stuff, but we also want, I have to put it in here because I consider them a community now. Also, I want what's best for the Isha community. I want to make sure those people are getting what they rightfully deserve and they're doing right where they know their money's going to. Maybe somebody in that group doesn't know. So with that said, we're going to take one more break and we're going to fix this up and we're going to get an acoustic set with my friends, the TC Bryant Band. And keep it here, or I should say keep it first, Warren County.
I've messed you up, Kelly.
You have.
People of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville in Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you will ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
February is the month of delicious deals at Sonic Drive-In in McMinnville. Get ready to treat yourselves. Starting February the 24th, cool down with their delicious, refreshing strawberry mangonada slush. Perfect for those sunny days. And don't miss out on February the 26th, where you can grab small popcorn chicken for just $1.49. Snack time never tasted so good. Start your day right with our special drink offer until 10 a.m. Make Sonic your rise and shine morning destination. So many flavors to choose from. And remember, we've got the best sun drop in town. Dive into these amazing deals this February at Sonic Drive-In.
This is David Moore with Supreme Building Products. We've been your one-stop shopping center for lumber and building supplies since 1963. We're a family-owned business and operated and proudly served Warren counties for over 50 years. At Supreme, it's not just about great prices, but it's about exceptional service. Our customers are what's always supreme. From lumber to roofing to plumbing and paint, we have everything you need to build your dream home from the ground up. Whether you're a contractor or homeowner or a weekend warrior, our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you at our state-of-the-art drive-through lumberyard. Visit us, please, at the corner of Highway 70 and North Spring Street. There's something for everyone at Supreme Building Products, where quality and customers come first, and the coffee's always free. And always be sure to shop local. Call us, please, at 473-9564.
Spring is here, and so are your yard care needs. Visit McMinnville Lawn and Garden at 129 Keel Drive, where we've been serving our community since 1995. With a rock-solid reputation for excellent service, our dedicated team is here to help you find the best lawnmowers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and more. We proudly carry top brands like Echo, Stihl, Shindala, Gravely, Cub Cadet, and Skag. Take advantage of our early spring service, free pickup, and a discount on service. Plus, from chainsaws to gardening tools, we've got you covered for storm season. Trust the experts at McMinnville Lawn and Garden, where quality and customer satisfaction come first. Call us today at 815-5296.
There. Okay. I'm just going to do it this way. We're live. Okay. Welcome back to our first Three Niners. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter. Brian is over there with the camera for us. But as promised, tonight at the Park Theater, the TC Bryant Band is going to be performing. Now, if you still want to get your tickets in advance, it's $10, but if you wait till the door, it's $15. And it all starts does the doors open up at 6?
I don't know. 6 or 6.
I hear that. Listen, I waited. You didn't want to do this at 9.
Got that still.
Okay. Well, whenever the doors open at 6 o'clock, I'm going to just say it. Come at 6. They open up at 6. When do y'all play? 7:30. So maybe 6:30. We'll do an hour. So if you get here by 6:30, doors should be open. And they start playing at 7:30. Now, do you guys have an opening act?
No.
No. Okay.
Nobody would volunteer.
Well, okay. Well, with that said, I asked them to come out because I'd really like y'all to play an acoustic set. And so I'm going to let the stage be y'all. You can talk if you feel like it, Timmy, since you have problem talking. And then you can explain the songs and what you're doing and all that fun jazz. I'm going to step away, though. Go.
I'm awful close.
It's okay.
Hey, we're the TC Bryant Band. Both of them. Drummers up there sitting up. They're kind of their own preachers.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play a few for you this morning. First one's an original song. Most of the originals we play tonight was written by myself or myself. Mr. Trent Young back here behind me. So we'll start it off with one of those.
Wait a second.
Uh-oh.
Clark, introduce the song. Introduce her with your Clark voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, live tonight at the Park Theater in McMinnville, Tennessee, the dynamic men from McMinnville. Put your hands together for Timmy Bryant and the TC Bryant Band.
Hallelujah.
All right.
No, don't really talk like that. Okay.
It sounds fun.
Girl, you got me right. I don't know how. You got me doing things I never done before, and now I know without it now. I'm inside out with your love. You got me wrapped in your arms, where I just say from heart. No matter what they say, I think it's where I stay. You got me wrapped in time. I will not put up a fight. You got me right in your love. Girl, you got me right. I know that in your arms is where I want to be, and I don't think I'll ever leave no doubt. Well, I'm inside out with your love. You got me wrapped in I can say from heart. No matter what they say, I think it's where I stay. You got me wrapped in tight. I will not put up a fight. You got me right in your love.
Yeah. Y'all are amazing.
And this next song is one of the ones we'll do tonight. We're just going to give you a little bit of it. I think there's some kind of copyright stuff. It goes something like this. I'm just hanging out some little West Coast town, got a bar out by the sand. So I make my way in, just think off my eye, like nothing I'd ever seen. Sunburned auburn hair, a California dream. Yeah, she's making him hair to some Motown song I couldn't say. It's gonna sing along. You was a party on the dance floor. Party on the dance floor. It's moving through my mind. I got to her again, and if she wondering, and if she's wondering, where she at, where she at, where she at tonight? Where she at, where she at, where she at tonight?
Yeah. I'm right here.
On this next song, we'll play it tonight. It's an original. You'll find out in a minute I wrote it for my wife. Sometimes she didn't want me to stay, so it's called I Want You to Stay. Sorry, honey, I love you.
Was that you saying I want you to stay or her saying I want you to stay?
27 years somebody wanted to stay.
She never tells the whole story. She wrote one that said, I wish you'd leave. I was thinking in his version, it might have word beg in there.
I'm a begging, I'm a begging, I'm a begging.
Here we go.
Right in front of your back, brother.
And I've been looking back on all the years I spent with you. And through the good and bad, there was so much that I didn't do. And now I promise that I'll do the best I can. And all I need to know is that you understand that the road we travel is sometimes travel and step along the way. No, you did that to me before. There's only one more thing to say. I want you to stay. But when things go south and love has lost its sting, and baby, I am here, still the woman of my dreams. Sometimes I try so hard and nothing comes out right. And baby, hang around, I will make it right tonight. With the road we travel, we sometimes travel and step along the way. If you know you ain't gonna catch me falling, there's only one more thing to say. I want you to stay.
Yeah! Love it.
We played those shows where nobody clapped.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Lies, lies.
My mama clapped and I said, thank you.
Love it.
With both hands?
Yeah.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
My name's Marty Denton. Clark and I are from Lebanon. Just so blessed to be a part of this band. But I've got a little connection to the Park Theater in McMinnville. My family's from Campaign, if you know where that's at. And I saw Elvis Blue Hawaii in this theater when I was 12 years old.
Oh my
My Aunt
God.
Connie brought me here. And of course, she came to see her buddies, but she brought me here. So this is a big thing for me to
Aw.
get to be a part of this. And I'll have a guitar with me tonight because I got to go back home and get it. But they came from Fraley's Furniture Store right down the street.
Wow.
So I'm very proud to be a part of what we're doing tonight, to be a part of this band, and
Aw.
especially to be in the park.
I love
My
that.
story ain't that good. I watched Ghostbusters here.
Who's gonna call?
I will.
Well, Miss Kelly, we've got you
Oh.
a little something.
Oh yeah, we did.
Thank you.
I did all that.
I already have a T-shirt, but I knew I got the one of the Melody made me one.
And I've got to give a shout out to Bree at the
Oh.
Crouch House. She's
That's
making
not the
all
best
of
I've looked up morning.
Yeah, look at that. You like that? Thank y'all.
You need it.
If anybody was to want one,
Mhm.
all they got to do is call Bree at the Crouch House, get online. You can order them online. She'll
Okay.
ship them straight to you.
But then she's here tonight as well.
She will be here tonight.
Okay.
Set up, selling some, and taking orders.
So yeah, that's awesome.
We're still amazed that somebody would want to wear a shirt with our name
I
on it.
remember last time we interviewed you guys, you're like, I don't know anybody that wear the shirt, and then I got one that day, and I'm like, look at me. But if anybody wants to follow you guys, do we have social media?
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay, tell everybody how they can find you.
It's the TC Bryant Band. You have to put the periods after the T and the C. It's TC Bryant Band.
Okay,
You can follow us on Facebook.
awesome. Now
We'll have before long we'll have most of our bookings already on there, so you can go online and see where we're going to be next.
okay. So what else y'all gonna play some more? This is y'all's time.
But you know what else we're doing? It's
What?
Main Street Live.
Oh, are we coming back?
Well,
And,
that's kind of unofficial right now.
oh, sorry.
Oh,
But
it's okay.
what about,
We're
You-
unofficially
what
doing
about
Main
Back to the
Street.
Strip?
Back to the
Is that
Strip.
official?
Okay.
That's coming in.
Back to the Strip.
Which ones are official, Trent? Come on.
We will be at Back to the Strip at Mud Bones.
Okay.
We played the last,
Yeah,
I don't know, 5 years. Back
Yeah.
to the Strip.
yeah. And when people go out there, do people like give donations while you're out there as well? How does that work? Because it's always I've been at Sonic while y'all are playing. I've been on the opposite end.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes if we're going to do it, we tell them to go down there and give them the
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, because there's always people. If you can, y'all can hear me. There's always people on the. And again, when I say this, I'm already gonna start talking like if Mary was here and Chris. You gotta still do the street. Wear the seatbelts and go the speed limit and be cautious. We can't do no donuts or whatever that speed thing's called. No
it
squealing
truly-
tires.
It truly ain't Back to the Strip, not what I wrote.
Well.
We didn't know what a seatbelt was back then.
Well, true. I mean, I remember when I was little playing cards in the back seat with my brother on a table. So, but with that said, guys, make sure you come on out. There's always somebody with a bucket. I know Mr. Haley comes out, has the bucket right there. If you haven't got your number 10 can, for the food, all that, because not only do they have helped out Meals on Wheels, but they've also helped out local people here in this community. And I think last year they helped 8 people in the community that I believe, I don't know for sure on this, that they had some type of an illness. But most of them had cancer related. And again, you never think about it when you are struck with an illness, the bills don't stop, unfortunately. I wish when we get sick and be like, oh, Trent's in the hospital for whatever, okay, well, don't worry, Trent, insurance is going to take a month off. That doesn't work like that. People have to still get paid. But again, come out to events like that. Come out to Main Street Live. These events are put on by all these nonprofits to make our community better and to grow our community. And, and you guys are just one part of the movers and shakers of this community. It really is. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes, like myself, like you guys, like Brian, like Vanessa, that there is a ton of movers and shakers that want the best for this community. And you got to work together. That's all.
And if you'll show up tonight, we'll do some moving and shaking.
Well, yeah, or make us move and shake, right?
Exactly.
Right. Do y'all want to do one more?
I mean, not really.
Timmy is like the best person to sell stuff. Like really, like if the buck stops here. Any song you want.
I was going to say, Rob said I didn't want to put Rob under pressure, but we could do just a little bit of harmony of the peaceful, easy feeling.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all want to do that.
You want to try that?
She's already played it.
No.
Just do a verse. We'll do a chorus.
If we don't know the words, it's because we don't practice it.
Listen, this is the first time right
Oh,
Yeah, we can.
here on Warren First. Yeah.
Against your skin so I wanna sleep with you with a million stars all around. I got a piece of me. I know you're already down. Already said I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing.
Look at y'all. I love it. All right, Brian, you want to hit the button when it's time so I can get over here? Now, yeah, we can do that too. Okay. I'm going to take these off because they're killing me. All right, guys. With that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.